Welcome back to the Crickcast. Today's episode is about music and how impactful it can be in our society. Today we actually have a special guest, Gagan Aggarwal. If you could introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be on the Crickcast. It's incredible. I'm just like a fan of music for so long. Some people would say that I'm a bit musical. I like to sing, but I would not call myself a professional anyway. But I definitely see like music as a tool, as a way that you can inspire others, in a way to change your mood. So I'm really excited to be discussing this with both of you today.
Yeah, welcome. And if you haven't noticed, dear listener, today's topic is the power of music and the impact it has on our world.
So we would like to start by giving each of our own opinions a little bit. So Huerta, you could start, or yeah.
Well, yeah, sure. In my opinion, music is, the flavor of life in general. Like without music, there really isn't any spice to it. So you could say I really, really like music, but you have to comprehend the amount of power that it has. Like it has so many positives and negatives at the same time. It's a power that needs to be handled with responsibility.
Yeah, I agree. It's same for me. I think music is one of the best ways of expression, and it's definitely a very powerful tool that can either help society or damage it in a way. And it's just something so essential that the human race kind of connects to on a whole. And yeah.
I think it's like I also find it really personal. Like I don't know about both of you, but I've got like playlists for every mood, and so like if I'm incredibly miserable, I'll like play a song and like cry with it. If I feel very energized, I have a song for that. So I feel like it can really elevate and change your mood, and I feel like, as you've both said, it's like an expression, like it's a personal extension of you, and I think that's one of the powers that music has.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, except in one sense, I never got why people make different playlists. Well, I do get it, just to feel different emotions, but I just have this one really big playlist for absolutely all of my songs. It's just a Russian roulette. Like you can get the really sad, really happy. It doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I prefer one big playlist.
Yeah, I usually go more by like artists. Just like there's days where I could listen on repeat to a certain artist, and then another day I can just like have it all on random. It really does depend on mood. I agree with that. It connects personally.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Really nice.
Next up, we're just going to have a little ad break. And after that, we will go through the positives and the negatives, as well as just kind of talking it out a bit. Okay, so we're back from the ad break. Thank you to Anchor once again. And basically, let's discuss a bit of the positives of music it has on society. Huerta, if you would like to start.
Yeah, well, it has so many positives. Like it's just a medium of expression for like every single being that can use music. You can express so many different emotions with it, from just basic emotions like sadness to way more complex like depression or just sheer anger. It's just really good. Like some positive emotions, it really has a positive change through the world, especially since once you get to the point where you are a recognized artist, such as the Crickets, you can just give out so many songs with so many different messages that the people can hear.
Yeah, I agree. I think also one of the positives from music is that when used for a powerful message, like, off the top of my head, thinking about something like rap, it can be a very powerful medium to express struggles in reality that maybe wouldn't be so spoken about or addressed in a normal conversation. And music just kind of allows that to flow freely and just let it go, as well as it can help on a personal level, as you said. Like it can save lives as well. So it really has a powerful impact on people.
Yeah, a lot of positives. Like music isn't so popular for nothing. What do you think, Gagan?
Yeah, I agree. Like it's got this like whole world approach as well, and I feel like it's like one of those few mediums where everyone can access it. Like everyone can easily listen to a song, and it's so diverse. And like as you said, like rap music as well as an extension, but it's so diverse that everyone can access it, and everyone can like listen to music that they like, that they can like bring out expression. And I think that's the power of it. Like I think that is the positive. And also thinking about how it can bring people together. Like obviously not at the moment, concerts are a way away, but like being in a crowd where you're all listening to the same song, screaming it out to the top of the lungs is such an incredible experience. And that is all thank you to music.
Yeah, I agree. I actually hadn't thought about concerts, but it is also like it kind of goes separate from the experience of just listening to music. It's like a whole different realm of like living music in a way.
Yeah, completely agree. Well, I actually haven't thought about concerts in a while since there aren't any right now.
Yeah,
Kind of sad.
One day,
One
day.
Really sucks.
Yeah.
The music industry lately has had its ups and downs. Like in one side, no more concerts, but on the other, artists are spending so much time in their homes that they are just mass producing music. It's amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's quite clear the positives of music, how impactful it can be, and how it can really change society or change people or reach deep down to people. But can it also be used negatively is something that isn't really usually addressed, I think, with music. And I think it's an interesting topic. Huerta?
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely it has some negatives. Some might argue that they are enough to outweigh the positives, but you need to let us know. Hit us on our social media at The Crickets on Instagram. We also have a subreddit, so be on the lookout for more posts to keep you updated on our weekly show.
Nice plug.
Yeah, hell yeah. Getting used to this advertising stuff.
I followed it, folks. I followed it. It's great. Follow that
You
too.
got
It's
it.
amazing.
Gagan approved.
Yeah, I approve it.
Road to 50 followers. Hell yeah.
So,
Well,
I mean,
yeah, it does has a lot of negatives. Yeah, it has a lot of negatives. Like, for example, some people might lynch me for this, but rap music really desensitizes the masses to a lot of certain things. Like it brings a certain ambience to the general public that it's not a question of if they should hear, but it's a direct consequence of hearing that type of music.
Yeah, I mean, I think rap is kind of it's very difficult because when you look at like the origins of rap and really like I would say artists like Tupac or Kendrick Lamar who kind of actually send messages that relate to a really big community and that are very impactful. It's an impactful way of music actually. But at the same time, I would agree with you that to a certain level, the norm of rap, I guess, which is more like the mainstream rap and the rap that you hear on the radio, is definitely kind of gotten to a point where it's just not really good taste, in my opinion. Kind of like reggaeton.
Yeah, I agree.
It can like completely desensibilize certain topics, and it just uses things like I don't know, sexuality and violence to kind of just be more attention grabbing.
We lost like 3 followers for that hot take of reggaeton bad. Like, come on.
But
We need as much
don't
viewership
know.
as we can get.
I feel like I know that we're like singling out rap here, but I feel like you can say that about many of the genres of music. Like, I think you have the ones that appeal to the masses, and there's definitely like songs that have done that throughout time. And then you have the ones that are a bit more nichey, right? That are just like, it's a very strong message. And I think those are the ones that can be polarizing, but they're still valid and they still count. And so yeah, like I feel like that like idea of it, like I think that's what music can do, right? Though it can like create that debate, and I think it can take topics and maybe it does desensitize people, but also I feel like it can also help other people access it, which they never thought they could before.
Definitely, like it serves like as a medium of communication that we haven't thought about it before.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, I mean. Yeah, we were singling out rap, but it is kind of something that when you look on all levels of music, it happens that there's like this category of music that is kind of on top of things, and it's always playing on the radio, and it's just popular music. And then there's maybe like a different section of it which can go deeper.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
On one of our second points on the negatives of music is that it can be used as a distraction or paint in a positive light harsh realities that we need to face.
Yeah, I think like once again, kind of with the desensibilizing thing, it does kind of come up in my mind where you will hear music like talk about just like really aggressive and just kind of, I don't know,
deplorable behavior.
Yeah, like not really good behavior, honestly. Like shooting people up and just kind of stealing money and stuff like that. Like those are themes that you can probably hear a lot in music, and it's, I don't know, I feel like it might kind of, especially being such a powerful medium, it can influence many people to kind of believe what the music is saying.
Yeah, definitely. So it really is a power that needs to be kept in check, but how do you do that without censoring stuff? Which it's a really big thing, especially when you're on such a controversial topic as just activism in general. Once you start to regulate stuff, it's really easy for you to fall into censorship.
Yeah, I agree. Gagan?
Yeah, sorry, I just was taken by surprise because you're so right. Like, it can, like, it's that thing of, like, if it's supposed to be creative expression, then let it be as it is. But at the same time, like, if it's negatively impacting people, or I think it's used so much for influencing as well. Like, if you, like, I think of it now as terms like branding. Like, you know, when you have like adverts that have certain music and then you associate that with the song, well, every time you hear that song, you're probably going to think of that brand. Or I also thought of the idea when you said it was powerful, like I think in supermarkets, they choose the type of music that you listen to, so you stay in there longer or you're more likely to buy more products. Yeah. And so I think I started this debate being like, there's no negatives to music, but actually you've opened my eyes. Like there's so many ways that it is used incorrectly to sort of like to other people's advantage, which I hadn't considered before.
Yeah, it's just our primal brains like funny noises. So it really can activate a lot of power over us. Like actually our next point on the negatives was going to be about how multi-billion-dollar industries use the power of music to sway the public opinion on their way, or just create music for the sake of money, which isn't necessarily bad because, well, basically we're using right now our podcast to get more money as a way to donate to the week's charity. So keep eyes open for donations. All profits are going to go to the non-profit organization that you decide. So keep your eyes peeled.
And I mean, I think one of the things as well with music is, I mean, as Gagan was saying, like when you go to a supermarket and they're trying to grab your attention or make you feel a certain way with the music, I mean, it's just like, it's impressive how easily and kind of primal music is, to the point where we don't even realize like the influence that it has on us. So we will connect certain things to a certain song and it'll lead us to look for that. So if you have like this nostalgic feeling of a song and a time where things were better or something, then you will look for that song to kind of represent that moment again.
Yeah,
and it's an awareness that we don't even know. Like, it's happening without us being conscious about it. We're just like, we'll gravitate towards this because that's how we feel. But it's actually just the music that's being played.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and
I like freak myself
music
out.
in general, like the fame that surrounds the artist, sometimes isn't really healthy. Like sometimes you look at young Justin Bieber, like music really ruined a big part of his life. Like becoming this central point of attention because of his music really isn't good for people.
Yeah, not only like music itself, but the way the music industry kind of works. And it can, I mean, I think we see it a lot, especially with young artists, that they just kind of get sucked up into this world of fame and it ends up spitting them out like completely just finished.
Yeah, definitely. Like it really sucks.
Yeah, they have their value. They're like used to like earn like millions of like pounds or dollars for a company. The artist probably receives so little compared to like what they're producing. And then when their time's up, it's so difficult to like continue in the industry.
Yeah, when they're not marketable anymore, it's just out of here.
It's just hard to see. Like they like music becomes this, instead of its usual just spiritual and emotional form, becomes this just in market. Like it loses its essence, becomes so industrialized that it really does loses.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the entire point.
At the end of the day, it's a business. It's like business is business, and
like everything,
money moves the world. So
the trick is to not let fame go to your head like us. We're not there yet.
Yeah, we haven't lost our heads with our 20 followers.
I give you a year, and you're going to be like, please don't speak to me. I don't know who you are. That's what I think is going to happen.
I still need to pass math test, Gagan. I don't think that's possible.
So, I mean, that was a good debate about the positives and the negatives. And now we would like to talk a little bit about our special guest, Gagan, and make him some questions. So starting off with, has music changed your life? And if it has, then how has it changed it?
In so many ways. So yes it has. And I just think back, like I feel like I've spent quite a lot of time on my own, and so I feel like music has been the thing that I take with me everywhere. Like it's the one thing that I'm like, well, not the one thing, I'm like passport, phone, keys, some way to play music. Because it's just like an easy like way to change your mood, and it helps me feel not alone. So I think as a listener, that's definitely like how it's impacted me, because I can like if you ask me about any memory that I have, I can attach a song to it, and that makes the whole experience for me more vivid. That's what I felt.
Agreed. Like this is why right now, if you can hear, we have a soundtrack instead of our usual podcast. I decided to put some ad-free music in the background just to live things up. So I totally agree, Gagan.
Yeah, it's definitely, as we were saying, like it just kind of connects to times, and it just always brings back something. So
I'm like thinking of so many things. Like I'm gonna attach this song to my memories of being on this playlist, and I can't wait. I'll reminisce every time I hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be your last episode. You can come back.
Yeah, you can always be a guest, Gagan.
I have an invitation. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So, apart from that, like, how does music impact you on a personal level, or more on a day-to-day basis?
Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna say that I'm famous for this, but I will try and blast out music. I think you said it before in the debate about like distractions. I will distract you from mathematics by playing music at you so you forget where you are. So I definitely use it for that. But again, it's that thing that like just it's always there. And like I have, so as you spoke about playlists, like I have my main playlist and I will happily listen to it like 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week because it's just like the music that I want to hear that makes you feel comfortable. And especially this last year where like I think everyone, like everything has gone out of control, like I can count on it. Like I can count on my music to like get me through a tough day.
It's always there, no matter what.
No matter what, music always has your back. Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
That was a good answer, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously I would suppose that everybody likes music, but you, at least famous in the circle of Peterson schools, you are well known for your singing performances. So what sparked your interest with singing?
Okay, so, like, I'm always, like, I'm going to say the word jealous. I don't think that's the right word. Like, I'm always in awe of people that can do music. So, like, the crickets, like, I'm just so in awe of anyone that can play an instrument, that can, like, sing. I'm even, like, and those that can do percussion. I think percussion is such an incredible skill. And I had none of those. Like, I cannot do any of those things. And so I remember being at school being like, I can't play a piano. Like, I was terrible. Like, I can't even read music. And so I was like, what can I try and do? And somebody was like, Gagan, you sound okay. Not good. They were just like, you sound okay. And I was like, I'm going to run with this and make this into my talent. And so I remember, I don't know if this is too much information, but we had a music competition at school. So this is back in like your grade 6. And so my friend was like, go and sing. And so I sang unaccompanied in front of like a large population of school and imagine being in grade 6 in a secondary school and being the like one of the youngest kids. And I sang Unaccompanied Fields of Gold by Eva Cassidy. And I can still picture it now, and everyone was silent. But I don't think it was a good silence, it was just a silence. But I did it, and I think that helped in terms of, like, fear. But that's how I see singing now. I feel like I was so scared to sing at school, like in our school. But I felt like it was a good way to, like, test my resolve and be like, okay, I'm going to show to my students that I'm not like that I can do things like when I'm motivated. And it was like a personal goal, right? And that's what singing is for me. It's like a way that I can express myself because like there's some songs where I just cry the whole time when I'm singing them, which I would never sing in public, but it helps me release that emotion. And I like it as a goal. I feel like music is something that, yes, there's people that are like instantly talented, but I think it shows effort, commitment, and hard work. And like, I've been taking singing lessons every week for the last 2 years, and I'm hoping that people see an improvement. And I'm like, I did that for me.
Nice.
Really nice to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
maybe sometimes.
Sometimes a collaboration.
Yeah. With the cricket.
I've been saying this for 3 years. I'm waiting. Like, you sent me some lyrics, but no song. Get on it. I will do it.
Well, we actually have a new song coming out.
Yeah.
Right. If you want some guest vocals, I am with you.
Oh yeah.
Called 2% Talk. It's still in the works. Still coming out.
Yeah, we're missing Gagan's part.
Yeah, I'm the 2%.
So,
I'm with you, folks.
Really nice to hear.
Yeah, that was a good answer. So, apart, like, obviously, it's a way of expression and kind of, as you were saying, like, there's certain songs that can make you cry, and it like you feel the music clearly. but what do you feel when you sing? Like when you get up, for example, when you get up in front of an audience and you sing a song, like what does that cause inside of you?
Pure anxiety and fear is the first thing I feel. Like I am sweating, I am shaking. I've got a really terrible memory as well, so I can't remember lyrics. So that's like once I get past that though, and I can sort of see a reaction, and I can see it's almost like validation when I can see other people like understanding how I'm feeling in terms of like depending on the emotions of the song. It makes me feel very connected. And that's what I like. And like one of the times that I sang at Halloween, a student was like, I felt like you were singing that song for me. And that made me feel so like, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. Like I wanted it to be like a message. And I feel like it's just a way of it, like of delivering a message. So yeah, connected, because I think I went off on a tangent. So connected, nervous, but it's like a release, an emotional release. And afterwards, I feel very like whole again. That's what music does.
Okay, yeah, that's a really good answer.
Yeah, nice. Really nice to hear that.
Yeah, I think...
Side point, how do you all feel when you perform?
Well, it's different when we perform. Like, we haven't done a live performance yet. We're signing up for Coachella next year, but I don't know. The whole pandemic, they haven't.
They haven't contacted us yet because of that.
Yeah,
we'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anxiety and stress is something that we all feel at the start of no matter what we do. Like it's just there every day. So that answer surprised me.
Yeah, it's surprising. I kind of saw it coming, but still surprising because that's more or less how I felt when I start performing, like with other people or for another person. I usually get really nervous first. So yeah.
So I think they say it never goes away. Okay.
Yeah, it probably never does go away. I mean,
no.
It's kind of just that subconscious fear, I guess, of judgment from other people.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has that.
So now we have one last question, Gagan. So if you could have one artist describe you, what would it be and why?
Okay, so we're talking about like as like somebody else, or one artist that I feel like if I could represent myself in their music, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That is such a great question. I don't know if I could just pick one, but I'm going to take a couple of elements. So I feel like I'd want to portray the emotional feel that Sia has. Like I want to like feel that like change from her high notes to the low notes. And I feel like that would be something that I'd take. And there's an artist, she's actually from my city in the UK. Her name's Georgia Smith, and like lyrically, I wish I could create stories as beautiful as she does. Yeah, I don't think I answered your question. Do you post-edit this?
Yeah,
Can I try that again?
I edit everything. Well, at the end of the day, I leave everything mostly uncut.
This is gonna stay in for all.
Yeah, this is definitely staying in.
But I mean,
I'm so
it's still a great answer. It's still a great answer. Like
like you answered it perfectly.
Yeah, you answered it Gagan style.
Gagan
Okay, cool.
style.
So just ignoring the question and just saying what I wanted to say. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Could you both answer that question? Like, would you have an artist that you feel like describes you?
Well, I definitely have less of an artist and more of a band. For people who know me, this is no surprise. I'm a really big fan of Gorillaz, with a C, a Z at the end. Yeah, basically everything about the band. It's just like I really see myself there, from the lyrics, really intricate stories that can go from really touching lyrics to songs like White Light. I really recommend that song, but it's not really lyrically genius. Just the sheer experimentation of music. you really value in just regular life, trying to get out there and do new stuff. So my answer definitely should be Gorillaz.
Yeah, for me, I think it would be. Again, for anybody who knows me really closely, Kid Cudi, who the way he can kind of get deep into, personally at least, the way he can reach deep into my emotions and kind of it's something that I connect with him, and I mean it's impressive. Definitely, I relate to a lot of his songs, and it kind of his whole vibe of the music, and it's just kind of all about his music kind of connects to me.
Oh, your answers were so great. I'm so sorry. But
we had time to think about it, don't worry.
Okay. I was like, wow, okay.
The music stuff for anyone else?
Yeah.
Or am I kind of freaking out right now?
Any more questions from Huerta?
Oh, wait, from me?
From anyone really.
Oh no, I could go on for days, but I feel like this podcast is currently 45 minutes, and I don't want to keep going. But we'll save that for if I'm invited again.
That's a great plug.
Yeah, so you're definitely invited again, whenever you want.
If you want to hear more from Gagan, give this podcast a listen. The number will bring him back.
Yeah. We need money, people. This isn't free. We need to advertise stuff. We have 70 cents on the bank. Come on, share it.
Don't you want charity to do well? Please subscribe.
We have our Instagram account again to @the_crickets _crickets. 2 E's, 1 K with a C. Just follow us there. We have a subreddit, we have a Twitter, we have everything. Please follow and share. We thrive through word of mouth. So please.
And most importantly, Spotify.
Yeah, definitely Spotify.
So, that was a really good chat. Thanks for coming on, Gagan. An honor to have you as our first guest. Really great time.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
New episodes every single Monday. We'll try to be as consistent as humanly possible. On our next episode, we are going to introduce a surprise, 2 new co-hosts.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. This has been the Creekcast. Thanks to Anchor again, and see you all later.
Bye-bye.